For the next speech, it's my pleasure to invite Artyom Harutyunyan, co-founder of BlockStars, who will talk about Web3's future, closing the infrastructure gaps for mainstream adoption. Artyom, the floor is yours.
Oops. Thank you. Okay. Shall we give it 2 more minutes or shall we start? Who doesn't speak Armenian? Okay, it shall be English then. Okay, who knows what Web3 is? Please raise your hand. Who doesn't know what Web3 is? Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so this is supposed to be about infrastructure gaps and so on. I'll speak only like 20 minutes. Will not be boring. I'll try to make it at least interesting for people who doesn't know what it is. You can leave now. So Web3, and anyone that are not interested, I'm pretty sure you'll find something more interesting out there. But if you're interested, Web3 is the future of internet, not the AI-style future, not the OnlyFans-style future. It's like a proper layer future of internet, which is going to replace the current ugly, non-fair internet. And for it to happen, we need the missing bits there. Probably some of you have heard about Web3, like cryptocurrencies, NFTs, and other useless stuff. But for it to be called Web3, it needs to be web, right? Does it ring a bell, what I'm talking? Do you guys understand, or shall we? Yeah? No? Okay. This is about me, no one cares. Okay, so briefly, for us to understand, for you to understand, let's say in Web 2 and versus Web 3, ownership usually in Web 2 is centralized in the platform hands. Your Facebook, your Google, they own everything. They own you. You belong to someone else. It's like digital slavery. And in Web 3, it's decentralized applications. So your all information is stored decentralized way. And if it's done correctly, no one is able to delete your information or block your information or remove your photos or decide whether you should be blocked or not. User data goes the same. Currencies, traditional Web 2 world had banking system. You've heard about banking system, right? It's a place where they hold your money and don't let you to spend it, and they decide when you can spend it, and they decide how much are they going to charge you for that. And sometimes they ask you 100 questions before you go and buy candies for you. So that's gone long ago. It's called now cryptocurrencies, where you own your money, you can do anything with it, whatever you want to, and no one can reject you. Authentications, for example, usually you're used to going and authenticating into some web page, like let's say Facebook. You write username, password, and then they either let you in, or they tell you they've deleted your password, or they tell you something happened, I don't know. But here in Web3 world, you own your identity. It's like digital identity systems where your identities are stored in your mobile phone. No one can ever take it from you, unless they hack you, obviously, but no one can take it from you. And whenever you sign something, for example, if Facebook decides to make a post for you, write that, let's say, Joe Biden is an old, dying man, you will not be able to prove that it was not done by you, right? Admin can write it and you'll never be able to prove it was your post or not. In Web3 world, it's your identity, your signatures, and if it's done, everyone knows it's signed by you, unless it has been hacked. Governance technology, we will come back a bit later. So how does, we talk about this Web3, how does it work overall? Imagine instead of having a server, doesn't matter if you are technical or not, but you've heard about those magical servers that hold your data, right? Instead of having that one server owned by one company like Microsoft, it is owned by 10 million people like Bitcoin network, where everyone are equal, where your data is stored in every place. And instead of backend server, you have that blockchain which is executing things. Instead of having server for holding your front end, you have IPFS Filecoin systems like old torrents. Everyone downloaded movies from torrents, right? Yes? Who did not download movies from torrents? Raise hands who did not download movies from torrents. No? Everyone, yeah, everyone are pirates because it's illegal. You know why is it illegal? Because you are not downloading it from servers. You are downloading it from other people and sharing in between. So, in that sense, it's a decentralized file storage system, and the same goes to front end. Imagine your web page that you have created. Instead of storing on 1 or 10 servers, it is stored in 10,000 servers. And if government decides to shut it down, they can't. They need to go to all 10,000 places, from Armenia to Israel to, I don't know, Uruguay, and shut down all of them to shut down your front end. And obviously the last bit is DNSs. You know, whenever everyone here probably has a casino, right? When you created your casino, they shut down your DNSs. How do they do that? They just write to ISP provider. They ask them, this is an illegal casino webpage. Let's shut it down. Or let's say you are Shamshan.com, Shamshan AM, and you did what Shamshans do. And government decided to turn down Shamshan.am. Doesn't matter where your servers are. They can be Amazon, AWS in Canada, but Shamshan.am can be closed by government. So instead of DNS, we need to have decentralized DNSs. The most notorious one is the ENS system, Ethereum Named Services, where DNSs are written on Ethereum blockchain. So when you want to find the web page where it is, you write, for example, vitalik.eth. It goes to the blockchain, 10 million miners nodes, and finds what is the IP for that web page and reads for them. So when you have this everything, you have the complete Web3, where everything is decentralized, where everything has no single point of failure. Sounds fun, right? Right? Yes. Last bit, one of the last bits. Okay, you have that everything decentralized. You go to Google Chrome or Mozilla Firefox, you write down vitalik.bitcoin. Well, that browser tells you I haven't heard anything about that .bitcoin. I know what .am is, I know what .com is, I know what .Soviet Union is even, but I don't know what is .bitcoin or .eth. So for that, you either need a extension to your Google Chrome, which will understand where to go to look for that naming. Or you need a browser, Web3 browser, which will do it for you. The problem with what? Sorry. How much time do we have? How much more time do we have? What time is it? Okay. After this session, it's going to be a Web3 discussions panel with lots of really interesting people, not like me, somewhere there. Just after this, if you're really interested, you can come there and listen to it. So, long story short, you have browser as well, and voila, you are a totally free person. You can browse the third network. It's just like torrent, the darknet. You remember darknet, right? You need Tor browser to browse it. This is like that, only it's not designed for illegal things. It's designed for things that you say it's legal, it's totally legal, but I don't want this to be blocked, right? And yeah, this was a couple browsers. Brave browser, if you are not using, try using it. Tommy browser, one of the new ones. This is the search engine for Web3. Just because we created it, we just wanted to mention it. Obviously, your standard Google doesn't search in darknet and it doesn't search in Web3. It knows how to search .am.com, but it never knew how to search in decentralized, files and in decentralized domain names. But right now we have this, the last missing bit for the Web3 infrastructure. Therefore, you can enter it, you can browse it, you can search for it, you can create your own pages. It's just like the first days of Web2. And from now on, it's a matter of time once Web3 will be out of Web2. Couple things for the ones that are skeptical that Web3 doesn't have complicated products. Social media, like decentralized social media, Mastodon and Blue Sky. Can't recall which one, but one of them is created by Jack Dorsey. So he left Twitter and created decentralized social media. And obviously the other parts are there as well, the decentralized YouTube, DTube, file storage, decentralized mailing system, you name it. You just need to dig, start using it, get freedom from enslavement, and be happier, hopefully. The rest is just talks. If you have any questions, Web3 Foundation Armenia will always support you. We are a bunch of enthusiasts and specialists who gather together to help education sector in Armenia, helping the startups and not letting central bank to pass ugly looking regulations to fight freedom. Okay? Any questions? Any questions too? Not you. Okay, no.
So you presented a new browser, right? Web browser. What's the advantage of that over Brave? Like in terms of privacy or cryptography and...
You think I'm gonna protect them? Nothing. Nothing is new. No, yeah, they can have embedded wallet. They will in future support darknet as well.
But Brave also has an embedded wallet.
Not this way. They just made it a bit different, a bit better. But if you're asking how is this better, I am not gonna sell you this. Okay? Any other questions? Panel discussion. Thank you.